Alright, kicking off this new arc with a bang. Look at this cover art, the sheer epicness. Our boy Li Yunxiao is front and center, surrounded by his future harem. I'm guessing the main character energy is off the charts. And we're thrown right into the action. Holy smokes, our boy unleashes this insane golden palm technique. Myriad palms to the heavens. The special effects are cranked to max. The other guy has no idea what's about to hit him. Things escalate quickly. We got these giant flaming pyramids in the sky. What a spectacle. Look at this purple-haired dude's face. He is absolutely terrified. And then, our boy drops the floating life seal. Even the name sounds OP. Meanwhile, the spectators are in complete disbelief. This old master is freaking out. No way, that's the floating life seal. How can a one-star warrior even use that? Oh, our boy's secret identity is starting to crack. And BM, the impact is devastating. The entire arena is just obliterated. Look at poor, purple-haired dude. He's getting absolutely wrecked by the blast. That's what you get for messing with a reincarnated emperor. And just like that, it's over. Our boy stands there, not even breaking a sweat, while the entire crowd is just speechless. The text confirms it. He, a supposed loser, just one shot to peak 9-star warrior. A complete and utter takedown. Our boy even takes a moment to flex, saying he just borrowed the force of heaven and earth. So humble, right? But the crowd is still reeling. They can't comprehend how a 1-star warrior could demolish a 9-star. The power gap is just insane. But wait, it's not over. Just as our boy is about to deliver the final blow, the dean himself screams, "Stop it." Does our boy listen? No. Look at that cold, determined look in his eyes. He's not backing down. This dude in the crowd is right. This guy is crazy. The dean tries to physically stop him, yelling, "I'm telling you, T.O., stop." And what does he get for his trouble? A fist right to the gut. Our boy doesn't care who you are. If you get in his way, you're going down. And there it is. The final brutal blow. He didn't just beat him. He completely crippled him, destroying his dantian. For a warrior, that's a fate worse than death. The crowd is horrified. They just witnessed a total dismantling. The dean is absolutely furious, but even he gets kicked in next week. Look at the faces in the crowd. Pure shock and awe. This is what happens when you mess with a reincarnated emperor. He has zero chill. LOL, the editors are having some fun with this one. Look at this guy's face of pure agony. Now add some strawberries and sparkles. Suddenly it's hilarious. You gotta love the meme treatment. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Last time, our boy caused absolute chaos, crippled his opponent, and even decked the dean. He left everyone completely stunned. Kicking off the next chapter, our boy is already looting the body, casually saying, "I am taking this." The dude on the ground is screaming about how cruel he is, and the dean is flying in to stop him, but he's way too late. The dean, being a hothead himself, goes straight for the attack. But guess what? He gets stomped into the ground, helmet cracked, and everything. Absolutely humiliated. All he can do is rage and ask why our boy is so cruel. But does our boy care? Not one bit. He hits him back with a savage, "It's none of your business." The absolute disrespect. That's the kind of confidence you have when you used to be one of the strongest people alive. Okay, that really pissed off the dean. He's powering up. His killing intent is palpable. The students around are terrified. They've never seen him this angry. Not even the king of Tianshui would dare talk to him like that. Our boy, completely unfazed, starts roasting him. He's like, "You're over 100 and only a martial king? If I were you, I'd have killed myself from shame." The verbal takedown is brutal. The dean snaps and just screams die as he lunges. Even under the immense pressure of a martial king, our boy, a mere warrior, refuses to kneel. He even spits out a threat. "If I don't die today, I will make you pay back 100 times. The sheer willpower on this kid is insane. This display of defiance is blowing everyone's minds. The experts watching are stunned. They've never seen such fighting spirit from someone so outmatched. And from a distance, a mysterious beauty finds his stubborn look strangely familiar. That's it. She recognizes it. That look, that aura. It's the same as the legendary Gu Feiyong. Could it be? The plot thickens. People, this is getting good. Pushed to the brink, our boy decides to go all out. He whips out an origin-blasting pill and is about to pop it. Looks like we're about to see a classic power-up and a potential reverse kill. Meanwhile, the dean is having second thoughts. A mighty martial king bullying a 1-star warrior? If word gets out, his reputation is toast. He's realizing that even if he wins, he loses. And just in the nick of time, our boy's true power begins to awaken. Golden flames erupt around him as an immense aura shoots into the sky. The very heavens respond to his power, wind and clouds gathering above. The dean, a freaking martial king, is literally sweating from the pressure of a one-star warrior's aura. He's starting to question everything. Who exactly is this boy? That's right, it's Gu Feiyong's signature move, the Great Wind and Cloud Palm. The wind and clouds rise all because of me. The swagger, the power. The king is well and truly back. All right, folks, we'll pause on that epic cliffhanger for now. If you want to see our boy continue his rampage and slap some more faces, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. And we're back. Last time, our boy Li Yunxiao, aka the former martial sovereign Gu Feiyong, unlocked his signature move at a critical moment, his aura completely overwhelming the martial king. The dean sees this technique and immediately backs down. He recognizes it as one of Lord Yangdi's moves and realizes he can't afford to harm his potential disciple. Time to de-escalate fast. But our boy isn't about to let him off easy. He unleashes a wave of power, sending everyone flying. The red-haired girl is screaming for everyone to disperse the energy. Now at the power move. With the threat gone, our boy just sits down and starts meditating, absorbing the power from that pill he almost took. The red-haired teacher watching him is stunned. She can sense an incredibly powerful rule or law within his cultivation technique. This whole scene has the other students completely confused. Weren't they just fighting? Now, both the teacher and Li Yunxiao are cultivating. Then some musclehead storms in, yelling that no one is allowed to stay in the arena. But the combined aura of our boy and the teacher cultivating is so intense that their energies collide, causing a massive explosion. The whole arena is shaking. Harnessing this energy, the red-haired teacher breaks through her own bottleneck on the spot. She's shocked. Just by grasping a tiny bit of the rule our boy was demonstrating, she leveled up. The protagonist halo effect is real, folks. But what's even more shocking is when she turns around and sees that our boy has also leveled up from a 1-star to a 2-star warrior. It's only been a few days. His progression speed is like a cheat code. The teacher absolutely loses it, grabbing his face and demanding an explanation. She was in seclusion for just 5 days and feels like the whole world has changed. Haha, that's what happens when you hang around someone with plot armor. Our boy manages to slip away with an excuse, but not before noting to himself that this little girl has great potential. Look at that knowing smirk. I smell a new ship sailing. Back in the academy, the rumor mill is going wild. Everyone thought Li Yunxiao was crippled, but now he's back, and his aura is so powerful people don't even dare get close. The plot twist has them all shook. The news that Li Yunxiao took down Lan Xian in a single move spreads like wildfire. Everyone is stunned by his power and ruthlessness. Look at this girl's face. She looks like she's seen a ghost. The fear is real. All right, team. That's all for today's recap. Li Yunxiao's path to the top is just getting started, and you know it's only going to get crazier from here. Don't forget to follow for more, and I'll see you next time. I'm back, people. Quick recap. Our boy Li Yunxiao had a massive power spike, reaching peak 2-star warrior, and even restored his soul power to that of a first-tier alchemist. He's all hyped about being able to craft weapons and potions again, but as he reaches his door, he senses something is off. Look at that serious face. Troubles, brewin'. And of course, it's the red-haired teacher, waiting for him. She's pissed, demanding to know why he didn't come see her after his 5-day seclusion. Is it just me, or does she sound like a jealous girlfriend? She suspects he's been popping pills indiscriminately to level up so fast and gives him a stern warning. Our boy is just suffering in silence. He can't explain his real situation, so he has to play dumb. But our boy is quick on his feet. He blames everything on Lord Yangdi, claiming he was his secret teacher. The teacher is skeptical, but can't prove him wrong. A perfect escape, 10 out of 10. But this teacher is sharp. She points out a critical flaw in his story. As far as she knows, Lord Yangdi doesn't know the Great Wind and Cloud Palm technique. Awkward. Let's see how our boy talks his way out of this one. Instead of answering, our boy just takes her hand, and a mysterious power flows between them. Is he about to show her his power instead of telling her? A classic move. Next thing you know, the teacher has dragged him to the Alchemist Association, saying she's found him a master. Our boy's face just screams. Are you kidding me? I'm a former emperor. I don't need a master. Ignoring his complaints, she brings him right to a master named Jiarong. Oh, this is going to be good. Let the drama begin. Our boy hears he's supposed to become Jiarong's disciple and almost has a stroke. Back in the day, Jiarong was just his little errand boy. Meanwhile, a girl runs up to thank him, saying her brother's potion-making success rate hit 100% after his advice. That's our expert for you. The girl is so grateful she doesn't know how to repay him. And our boy, smooth as ever, just says, just marry me. Haha, classic. Never misses a chance to flirt. The red-haired teacher sees this, and her jealousy meter just explodes. She loses it, grabbing our boy's head and scolding him for messing around at a serious time. The fangirling is real, folks. Just then, another master shows up and tells them all to get out. But look at our boy's face. He's got that "I'm about to do something awesome" smirk. Not worried at all. Hearing Jia Rong's name triggers a flood of memories from his past life, and our boy is visibly shocked. But Jia Rong's current apprentice mistakes this for disrespect and attacks him without warning. A fight is about to break out. How will our reincarnated emperor handle this punk? We'll find out next time. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Last time, our boy ran into the apprentice of an old acquaintance at the Alchemist Association, and the guy just attacked him. Now it's time for the counterattack. But get this, Jia Rong, the master, doesn't stop it. He actually starts hyping our boy up, telling everyone to learn from him. Is he trying to put a target on his back? The red-haired teacher is getting annoyed, but our boy remains cool as a cucumber. Our boy unleashes a mental attack, a simple kneel, and Jia Rong can barely withstand it, his face contorted in pain. The red-haired teacher jumps in, begging for forgiveness, saying the kid doesn't know any better. LOL, she still thinks he's a rookie when he's the final boss. Jia Rong, getting absolutely owned, quickly changes his tune. He declares that our boy has immense talent and doesn't need a test. The 180-degree turn leaves everyone in the room with their jaws on the floor. Jia Rong even offers to take him as his disciple, and our boy just gives him a look that says, "Are you serious right now?" Jia Rong realizes his mistake. He's not worthy, and frantically denies it. The red-haired teacher is just completely baffled by his bizarre behavior. Just as things get super awkward, the real big shot arrives. The chief alchemist of the Tianshui Kingdom, a third-tier great alchemist, Zhang Qingfan. You can just tell from his entrance this guy is a major player. Our boy can immediately tell this old man's soul power is incredibly strong. He's a true expert. Looks like he's finally met a worthy opponent. Turns out, Master Zhang is here to treat the princess. She was born with a rare condition, the 5 severed meridians, and has less than a year to live. The only cure is a legendary 8th grade pill, the 5-dragon pure yang pill. This is our boy's chance to shine. He formally asks to become Jia Rong's disciple, which makes Jia Rong so flustered and honored he needs a moment to compose himself. The crowd is stunned. Who is this Li Yunxiao to make Master Jia act like a fawning servant? With a confident smile, our boy tells Jia Rong, "Go inform Zhang Qingfan that I can cure the princess." Whoa, the absolute balls on this kid. Not only does he know about the pill, but he also knows the legendary golden needle acupuncture technique. Hearing this, Jia Rong turns into a total fanboy. He begs to be our boy's assistant, just for the chance to watch and learn. Look at the stars in his eyes. He's like a kid meeting his hero. Our boy casually writes down a prescription list, which includes not only the medicine for the princess, but also materials he needs to forge a new weapon. Using the royal budget to gear himself up. Smart move, I'm taking notes. Right then, they run into a sleazy apprentice trying to bully a cute blonde girl with twin tails. He says he'll only help her concoct a potion if she agrees to be his girlfriend for 3 months. The guy is so smug about it too, saying he's going to be a great alchemist one day, and she should feel lucky to be played with by him for 3 months. The cringe is real, and my fists are clenching. Just as the creep is about to get handsy, our boy makes his grand entrance. A classic hero saving the damsel moment. He drops the killer line, "Who are you to touch him, why, woman?" Absolute Chad energy. The girl is completely stunned. And we end on another exciting cliffhanger. How is our boy going to teach this arrogant fool a lesson? Hit that follow button, and we'll see the king in action next time. And we're back. Picking up right where we left off, our boy just dropped the my woman bomb. And look at the girl. She's completely stunned, recognizing him instantly. It's Li Yunxiao, the so-called trash of the academy. But the creep isn't backing down. He's screaming, "Your woman? Do you even know who I am?" And then he starts dropping names like it's a rap battle. My master is a first-tier alchemist. My sworn brother is the son of the guard commander. He's demanding our boy kneels and pays up. The audacity is off the charts. Our boy's reaction? Completely unfazed. He's just like, "Jia Rong? Long Qing? Yeah, I know him. Never heard of the son, though." Then he casually pulls out a bag of gold. The creep's eyes light up, and he lunges for it. Big mistake. That's when he meets the look. Look at this gaze. Pure, unadulterated killing intent. This isn't the look of a 15-year-old kid. This is the stare of a battle-hardened emperor. The creep freezes, sweat pouring down his face. He knows, deep in his soul, that if he makes one wrong move, he's a dead man. Meanwhile, the girl is having a major flashback. She remembers taking money to help frame our boy before. but he dealt with the situation like it was nothing. She's realizing just how powerful he truly is. And look at that. The creep is now on his knees, practically begging someone to take the money. But just when you think it's over, guess who shows up? It's Long Hao, the sworn brother, with a whole squad of guards. The creep sees his backup, and his courage magically returns. He starts screaming for his brother Hao and pointing fingers. The crowd is gathering, ready for the show. And the new guy, Captain Long Hao, is all business. He gives our boy an ultimatum: kneel and apologize, or get crippled and locked up. He's even giving him a 3-second countdown. The little creep is loving it, smugly reminding everyone who he's connected to. Does our boy wait for the countdown? Hell no. Boom. He lands a single devastating punch on one of the guards, instantly crippling his dantian. The guy is screaming in agony. His life as a martial artist is over, just like that. Our boy doesn't play games. Long Hao is absolutely livid. "How dare you hurt my little brother," he roars. The girl is shocked. She can't believe how decisive and ruthless Yun Xiao is, crippling someone without a second thought. But look at our boy, completely calm, radiating an aura that says, "Try me." Long Hao is caught between rage and fear. He's pissed that his friend got wrecked, but he's also panicking because he knows Master Jiao Ron will blame him. More importantly, he's feeling the sheer pressure from Yun Xiao. He's starting to realize he picked a fight with the wrong guy. So, Long Hao attacks with everything he's got, and our boy catches the blade with 2 fingers. Look at the shock on everyone's faces. He then smirks. Is that all the Imperial Guard captain can do? I'm disappointed. The disrespect is legendary. Okay, now Long Hao is getting serious. He unleashes his ultimate technique, the Blue Moon Sword, and even unseals his mystic weapon. The crowd is losing it. But our boy, he's just getting started. He's about to unseal his own power, and you know things are about to get crazy. The fangirling is real. The girl starts geeking out about how amazing Long Hao's Blue Moon Sword is. Long Hao is soaking it all in, boasting, "You're only the 3rd person to ever witness my sword's true power." He thinks he's got this in the bag. So Long Hao attacks, screaming about what a great privilege it is for our boy to be killed by his sword. And our boy's response? He literally laughs in his face. A 1st-tier mystic weapon? You call this piece of trash a treasure. And then, with a flick of his wrist, he counters. The confidence is just oozing from him. Long Hao is completely stunned. He can feel his sword, crying out in fear. His precious, unsealed Blue Moon Sword is reverting back to its sealed form on its own. He's screaming, "What's going on?" It's because our boy is unsealing his own sword, and it's on a whole other level. And just like that, Long Hao's prized possession is completely overpowered. He's devastated, crying about his broken toy. Our boy just stands there, looking down on him and his defeated crew, and coldly asks, "What other tricks do you have? Show them all to me." Absolute savage. Having been utterly humiliated, his pride and his weapon shattered, Long Hao completely loses it. He's just screaming like a maniac, "Kill him! Kill him for me!" His men surround our boy, and that's where we'll leave it. What a cliffhanger. And hey, while you're waiting for the next chapter, why not check out some of these other banger series? The creators are also recruiting, so hit them up on Discord if you've got the skills. Alright, last time we left off, Long Hao had a complete meltdown and ordered all his goons to attack. Faced with this mob, our boy roars, "Go to hell," and prepares to clean house. In the blink of an eye, our boy takes down a huge chunk of them. Just look at him go. It's like a walk in the park. The girl watching is completely floored, her jaw on the ground. The fangirling is real. She's so confused. She's like, is he fighting or dancing? Our boy explains this is the chaotic flower fist, a technique designed to be unpredictable and impossible to defend against. And just like that, the rest of the goons are sent flying. With the minions dealt with, our boy steps on Long Hao's broken sword, saying he'll take it as compensation. The guy still has the nerve to threaten our boy's family. But our MC just laughs. "I hope you do bring people. Let's see if you can actually do it." Such a power move. Just then, more trouble arrives. Looks like Long Hao's lackeys called for even more backup. And this time, it's the official state guardians rolling up. And of course, these new guys don't even bother asking what happened. They immediately blame our boy and demand he surrender. He's furious. "You didn't even ask. How do you know it's my fault?" Talk about institutional arrogance. The captain doesn't like the backtalk and decides to handle things personally. He's looking at our boy, a mere 2-star warrior, and can't figure out how he's emitting such a powerful aura from a simple broadsword. He's underestimating him, big time. Then they spot his mystic weapon, and their greed takes over. No wonder you're so bold. You have a mystic weapon. Hee, that's mine now. These guys are supposed to be the law, but they're acting like common bandits. Facing 2 martial masters, a whole realm higher than him, Our boy knows this is serious. He realizes he has to seize the initiative or the power gap alone will crush him. It's time to go on the offensive. Without a moment's hesitation, he activates his movement technique, the windy feet of the devils. He moves like a phantom, zipping right over one enemy's head to strike at the other. The speed is insane. His sudden move catches the captains off guard. One of them, enraged, roars, "This is what you've asked for," and unseals his own mystic weapon, a blazing fire sword. Clang! The two mystic weapons collide with an earth-shattering sound. The raw power difference is clear, and our boy is pushed back, but look at his eyes. That fighting spirit is still burning bright. Oh no! While he was clashing with the fire sword user, the other captain attacks him from behind. A dagger goes right through his back. This is bad, this is really bad. But wait, it was just a residual shadow. It was all a feint. Our boy's real plan was to lure the guy off his horse. What a fool, he sneers, unleashing his moonlight clash to hit them both at once. Now die with him. The ultimate comeback. And that's it for now. As always, if you're enjoying the series, make sure to support the official release. Check out their site and their Discord. Last time, our boy pulled off an incredible feint, tricking the captains and setting them up for his moonlight slash. An absolutely genius move. The captains are freaking out. They can't believe a 2-star warrior is actually trying to kill them both. Feeling the very real threat of death, they decide to unleash their last resort. A concerted technique. Even our boy didn't see a combo move coming. Caught between their combined power, he takes a direct hit. The impact is devastating, tearing through his body. This looks like it might be the end. Everyone watching is in absolute shock. Li Yunxiao actually forced 2 state guardians to use a combined attack. The level of talent he's showing is just insane. Even as he's sent flying, bleeding out, our boy uses his last ounce of strength to turn and yell one word to the girl: "Run." What a hero. The poor girl is terrified, watching him fall, and she scrambles to get away and find help. After taking down our boy, the 2 captains are still shaken. They can't process the fact that a 2-star warrior pushed them to their absolute limit. It feels completely unreal to them. As a reward for their trouble, they take Long Hao's broadsword before leaving. Poor Long Hao. Not only did he get humiliated, now his precious mystic weapon that cost him all his money is gone too. He just breaks down completely. Long Hao, consumed by rage, blames everything on our boy and swears to make him regret being born. Meanwhile, the girl is running for her life, heading straight for the Li family mansion to get help. She's thinking he's the eldest grandson of the Li family. They have to save him. Little does she know, back at the mansion, another young master of the Li family is busy admiring a powerful sword, completely oblivious. When the housekeeper, Li Yi, hears that Yin Xiao, that piece of trash, has been captured, he couldn't care less. He casually dismisses the girl, telling her not to worry, clearly having no intention of helping. Turns out, the politics of this kingdom are complicated, with the Li and Lan families as major rivals. Even though the Li family told her not to worry, the girl can't shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong. Back with our boy, he's been thrown into a dungeon. He's chained up, severely injured, and completely drained of power. And to make things worse, he feels countless pairs of eyes staring at him from the darkness. Creepy. You know the drill. Quick shout out to the creators. Go support them on their official channels to help keep this amazing series going. Welcome back. When we last saw our boy, he'd been captured and thrown into the Long family's private dungeon. He wakes up to find an old man looking down on him. Our boy thinks this is an official prison and naively says he'll report them when he gets out. The old man just laughs, telling him this is the Long family's private jail. Once you're in, you never get out. The old man says he's been locked up for decades just for spitting near their gate. Another guy got thrown in for 40 years just for looking at a maid. But our boy's spirit isn't broken. He looks the old man in the eye and promises he'll not only get out, but he'll free them all. The old man tells him to stop dreaming, but this is our boy we're talking about. He immediately starts cultivating the tyrant body tempering technique, his ultimate skill from his past life that works even with broken meridians. While the other prisoners think he's lost his mind, our boy is already deep in cultivation. This is the best body tempering technique in the entire world. Wisps of power begin to flow from his dantian, slowly repairing his shattered meridians. The comeback starts now. Meanwhile, back at the Alchemist Association, it's total chaos. The princess's illness has worsened, and they desperately need Li Yunxiao as an assistant for the treatment, but he's completely vanished. Everyone is panicking. Master Jiarong, the same guy whose apprentice tried to bully our boy, had been bluffing about knowing a special acupuncture technique. He made the princess's condition worse, and now the chief alchemist, Master Zhang, is tearing into him for gambling with the princess's life. Master Zhang orders Jia Rong to be executed immediately. But just then, Luo Landuo, the teacher our boy helped before, steps forward. She insists they have to trust Yun Xiao, that he's the only one who can save the princess. Master Zhang is furious, thinking she's talking nonsense. He yells at Jia Rong that if he hadn't messed things up, he would have already called for a fourth-tier alchemist, but now it's too late. Teacher Luo argues back, revealing that Li Yun Xiao is her student and that he once defeated the Prime Minister's grandson, Lan Xian, in a single move. The other masters are shocked. How could a good-for-nothing with block meridians be so powerful? She drops another bombshell. The technique he used was the legendary floating life seal, a move that belongs to Lord Yangdi. Master Zhang is floored. Could this kid be Lord Yangdi's disciple? This theory sends shockwaves through the room. If he really is Yangdi's disciple, then knowing the golden needle technique wouldn't be surprising at all. It seems everything now hinges on finding our boy. Realizing this, Master Zhang immediately gives the order. Find Li Yun Xiao in the shortest possible time. The plot is thickening. Make sure you're following, because you won't want to miss what happens next. Last time, the big shots in the capital finally realized how important our boy is and started a citywide search. Meanwhile, in a bar near Jialan Academy, new drama is brewing. Some arrogant guy is trying to hit on teacher Luo Landuo, but she's having none of it. She shuts him down hard, telling him she's going into seclusion to cultivate and to leave her alone. Elsewhere in the same bar, Meng Wu, the girl our boy saved, is working as a waitress. She gets spotted by a total creep who recognizes her from the junior class and starts eyeing her with ill intent. This guy, Yu Hajing, gets way too close for comfort, asking her why a beautiful girl like her is wasting her time selling drinks. This pickup game is just pathetic and gross. When Meng Wu rejects him, his fragile ego shatters, and he gets violent, trying to force himself on her. What a complete scumbag. What a coincidence. Two of our boy's loyal followers happen to be in the same bar. They've been searching for him all day. They spot Meng Wu and immediately recognize her as the girl who framed their young master before. Thinking Yu Hajing is trying to court Luo Landuo, who their boss has a crush on, they step in. Yu Hajing gets cocky, saying they're not on campus anymore and he can have them killed. The arrogance of these rich kids. Yu Hajing decides he doesn't have time for this and leaves. Now alone, the two followers start to seriously worry. Their young master has been missing for so long. Could something have really happened to him? They turn to Meng Wu, accusing her of setting up their master again. She's confused, but when they tell her Yun Xiao was captured 3 days ago and the Li family hasn't done anything, she's absolutely shocked. Meng Wu quickly explains that she went to the Li family herself, but a servant told her not to worry. The followers panic. You told a servant. Why didn't you tell us sooner? They realize the message probably never got to anyone important. The horrible truth dawns on them. The Li family doesn't care about our boy. Wasting no more time, they decide to split up. Some will inform Master Zhang and Teacher Luo, while the others will storm the Long family courtyard to get him back. Back at the Long family courtyard, the second son is training hard. His father, the commander of the Imperial Guards, watches with pride, thinking how much more diligent he is than his useless older brother. But Commander Long looks stressed. Turns out, he's the one in charge of the citywide search. His son asks where his older brother is, and he replies, "Oh, he went to the dungeon to get revenge on the kid who broke his arms." Hearing the kid who broke his arms, something clicks in Commander Long's head. The person everyone is desperately looking for, the eldest grandson of Duke Jinghua. Could it be Li Yun Xiao? And when his son confirms that the prisoner's name is indeed Li Yun Xiao, the look on Commander Long's face is pure, unadulterated terror. He realizes he has made a catastrophic mistake. And that's where we'll end it for today. What will the Long family do now? Can our boy be saved? Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next thrilling episode. Alright, so picking up where we left off, Commander Long is having the absolute worst day of his life. The guy he's had the entire city guard searching for. 3 days and 3 nights straight? Yeah, turns out he's been rotting in his own dungeon this whole time. And this isn't just some random kid. He's the grandson of a duke and the son of a general. The commander realizes his son might have just signed their family's death warrant. And just as he's processing this catastrophic screw-up, BM, someone is literally breaking into his mansion. Guards are scattering. Servants are screaming. It's total chaos. Commander Long roars, "Who dares TO break in my mansion?" Trying to look tough, but you know he's screaming internally. And these aren't just any thugs. It's the state guardians, the elite of the elite. They announced they're acting on direct orders from Commander Luo Yunxiang and Master Zhang Qingfan. Their orders? Take over the Long Mansion, and anyone who resists gets executed for treason. Oh yeah, the big guns are here now, and Commander Long knows he is in deep trouble. And get this, every single one of these guys is a martial master at minimum. They're the real deal. Someone recognizes their insignia, the Golden Sword. They're from the 4th Unit, directly under Luo Yunshang's command. The top brass isn't playing around. They sent in the cavalry. So now, all the big shots are here, grilling Lord Long. They lay it all out. His son, Long Hao, kidnapped Li Yunxiao, the most sought-after kid in the kingdom. You could just see the panic and fury on Long's face. He's thinking, that little brat, he actually did it. I'm going to kill him. They even have a witness, a young girl named Meng Wu. She spills the entire story. How some creep named Jun Liang was harassing her, how our boy Yun Xiao stepped in like a hero to save her, and how he ended up getting wounded by the state guardians and then snatched by Long Hao's crew. With testimony this clear, there's no way for Lord Long to talk his way out of this. Lord Long is in full-blown panic mode, throwing his son under the bus. It was all my wicked son's doing. I just found out, he pleads. But it's way too late for excuses. Meanwhile, while all this drama unfolds upstairs, where's our boy? He's just chilling in the dungeon, calm as ever. Look at him. The world outside is descending into chaos over him, and he's just meditating, using this quiet time to mend his broken meridians. He's already got his primordial chi flowing again, but his peace and quiet is about to be interrupted. The guards are here, and they're yelling, "Drag that boy out." And who's waiting for him? None other than Long Hao, the little punk who started this whole mess. He's sitting there, all smug, talking about how he's going to make our boy regret being born. But look at that glint in our boy's eye. That's not the look of a victim. He's already counting heads. 35 men, 12 of them are warriors, and a hunched-over old man who, despite his appearance, is a martial master. Our boy knows he's outgunned and his body is still weak. So he decides to play dead for now and see what they're planning. Their first move? Dousing him with some specially concocted salt water that supposedly corrodes flesh and blood vessels on contact. These guys are just plain sadistic. So they splash the corrosive water on him, and nothing. The guards are completely baffled. What's going on? There are no wounds on his body. And right on cue, our boy opens his eyes, a confident little smirk playing on his lips. Oh, it is so on. Long Hao, feeling his authority challenged, gets all puffed up and starts yelling about how he's going to teach our boy a lesson, calling him a loser. But our boy just gives him this cold, knowing look and says, oh, by the way, you just know he's about to drop a verbal bomb on this clown. He goes straight for the jugular, asking Long Hao, where is your precious Blue Moon? The question hits a nerve, sending one of Long Hao's monster-like lackeys into a panic. The other goons think our boy is just trying to anger them to get a quick death. We can't let him die so easily, one of them says. Oh, the irony. They have no idea who they're messing with. So they decide to start with an appetizer of 100 lashes. But little do they know, our boy has a secret hack. That punch Long Hao threw earlier, it didn't just injure him. His body absorbed the force, converted it into primordial chi, and sent it straight to his dantian. He's literally leveling up from their attacks. And then it clicks. This ability to absorb damage and convert it into power. Could it be the legendary Tyrant body tempering technique? The same insane technique his old rival, the Tyrant Martial Sovereign, used in his past life. He's somehow stumbled upon one of the most broken skills in existence. We get a flashback to his past life and that epic battle against the Tyrant Martial Sovereign. The fight raged for days, tearing the heavens apart and nearly destroying the holy city. The Tyrant's greatest weapon was his body, which could absorb our boy's primordial chi. And now, in this dungeon, our boy finally understands the core principle of that technique, absorption. But he also realizes how absurdly risky the technique is. You have to let the attack land. Let the force penetrate your body before you can absorb and convert it. It's the ultimate gamble. Back in Nine Heavens realm, not even the Tyrant himself would dare to take a direct hit from a martial sovereign unless he had no other choice. Back in the present, though, the situation is completely different. The whip coming his way isn't a torture device anymore. It's excellent nourishment. Our boy is about to turn this torture session into his own personal training montage. Look at that smile. He's actually looking forward to this. So the whipping begins, and our boy is just taking it, even yelling harder. Don't show any mercy. The goons are floored. They think he's just unbelievably tough, not even letting out a scream. Little do they know, with every single lash, he's absorbing the energy and restoring his strength. They keep whipping him, but it's only making him stronger. He grits his teeth, thinking, just a little more. He's on the verge of returning to the peak of the 2 stars realm. The guy with the whip is starting to get seriously creeped out by this whole thing. After 100 lashes and not a single scream, Long Hao is starting to realize something is very wrong. Meanwhile, our boy knows he can break free at any time, but his body is still damaged. Plus, that martial master is still lurking in the shadows. He decides it's better to wait and see what other tricks they have up their sleeves. And their next trick is bizarre. One of the cronies pulls out a special powder he concocted himself, called the Mad Eunuch. Yeah, you heard that right. To demonstrate its effects, they test it on 2 of their own guards. And the effect is immediate and intense. The 2 guards are suddenly overcome with boundless lust and start getting way too friendly with each other. Our boy is so disgusted by the scene, he literally feels a mental strike. And now, they're planning on giving him the whole jar. This is just messed up on so many levels. That's it. That's the final straw. The sheer disgustingness of the situation is the push he needed. He finally breaks through. With a surge of power, he roars and shatters the chains binding him. It's go time. First order of business? Give them a taste of their own disgusting medicine. Perverts, die now, he screams, unleashing the powder on everyone in the room. Instantly, the dungeon descends into absolute chaos as the drug takes effect. The goons are losing their minds, screaming for the antidote, but it's too late. They start turning on each other, kicking and clawing. Meanwhile, the cloaked martial master can only watch in horror as his men are taken down by this. Finally, the old martial master has had enough. Boy, you are going to die, he roars, lunging forward with his blade. But our boy, despite being just a mere warrior, doesn't even flinch. He meets the attack head-on, ready for a real fight. But he's not just going to fight him physically. It's time to unveil the trump card. He activates his soul technique. Universal Soul Suppressor, Demon Moon. This is a power from his past life, a direct attack on the soul itself. And on that epic cliffhanger, we'll have to end it for today. Can the old martial master withstand a direct soul attack from a former emperor? Like and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next. All right, let's dive right back in. We start this chapter exactly where we left off, with our boy unleashing his ultimate soul technique, the Demon Moon. This is a power from his past life as an emperor, and the entire dungeon is shaking from its sheer spiritual pressure. The attack hits its mark, striking the old martial master directly in his soul. He's completely overwhelmed, unable to comprehend how a kid at this level could possess such a terrifying soul technique. It completely defies logic. But here's the hilarious part. The shockwave from the soul attack has a very unexpected side effect on the other goons. They're not terrified. They're completely mesmerized. Look at them. They've instantly become his biggest fans. The fangirling is real, folks. So now the dungeon is just filled with a bunch of crazed, lovesick thugs going absolutely wild. And our boy, the cause of all this chaos? He just sits down calmly, mission accomplished. What an absolute legend. Using a soul technique of that magnitude took its toll, though. He's got a splitting headache, but his first thought isn't about himself. He knows he needs to get to the Alchemist Association to help that girl, Qin Rushue. But just as he's about to make his exit, BM, someone pins him to the ground. And who is it? It's Teacher Luo and his buddies. They're all shocked to see him emerge from the chaos. Are you all right? They ask, clearly worried. And our boy, ever the cool customer, just replies, I'm all right. What could happen to me? As if there isn't literal screaming coming from the room he just left. The timing is just perfect. Everyone can tell something is very, very wrong. Teacher Luo is looking at our boy, sensing something extraordinary about him. Meanwhile, Chun Jun is completely traumatized by the sounds coming from inside. He's so shaken, he thinks he hears meowing. The dude is scarred for life. Despite the guards warning that Long Hao is playing inside and shouldn't be disturbed, their curiosity gets the better of them. They decide to go in and have a look. A decision they will likely regret for a very, very long time. Right on cue, Lord Long shows up, absolutely furious. The Yunxiu. What the hell is going on, he demands. But our boy doesn't even flinch. He just crosses his arms and flips the script right back at him. You should be asking your beloved son what's going on. The sheer audacity. And Lord Long is shook. He can feel this unfathomable pressure from a mere 3-star warrior and realizes he might not even be his opponent. Long Hao's friends try to save face by accusing our boy of being gay, which is just a ridiculous accusation. The whole situation has devolved into a pathetic mess, with everyone yelling and pointing fingers. It's just embarrassing for the Long family at this point. And then, another major player enters the scene, Zhang Qingfan. The two size each other up. Our boy immediately identifies not just Zhang Qingfan, but also the president of the Alchemist Association, Su Han, and the commander of the State Guardians, Teacher Luo. He then cuts right to the chase, asking Zhang Qingfan if he knows how to stimulate acupoints with golden needles. The real reason they're all here is to treat the princess, Qin Rushue. Zhang Qingfan tries to intimidate our boy, saying he won't let him near the princess without confidence. Our boy just smiles back. Do you have any other way? Checkmate. Realizing he's cornered, Zhang Qingfan changes his tune and makes a deal. Save the princess, and he'll guarantee our boy's safety in the entire country. Even with Lord Long and his crew throwing threats his way, our boy completely ignores them. He just says, we shouldn't waste time here. The princess is still waiting to be treated, and walks away like a boss, leaving everyone else stunned in his wake. The absolute confidence on this guy. Our boy says he needs 2 assistants, and picks Meng Wu and Teacher Luo. Meng Wu is hesitant, but our boy shuts down her doubts immediately. When I say you can, you can. The sheer force of will. He's not taking no for an answer. The golden needle technique is a legendary skill, and the chance to witness it is something no alchemist would pass up. Everyone is eager to watch. Meanwhile, that creep Juliang's teacher sees our boy and immediately starts backtracking, frantically trying to disown his disciple. He knows who the real power is here. They arrive at the secret ice chamber on the 4th floor of the Alchemist Association. The air is freezing, and there, lying on a bed of ice, is Princess Qin Rushue. She's unconscious, surrounded by a chilling mist. It's clear she doesn't have much time left. And that's where we'll leave it for today. Can our boy pull off a medical miracle with his legendary golden needle technique? Will he be able to save the princess? Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next thrilling episode. Alright, let's jump back in. We're in the secret ice chamber where Princess Qin Rushue is barely clinging to life. The special jade bed is the only thing keeping her stable, but it's clearly reaching its limits. Everyone is desperate, and all eyes are on our boy to pull off a miracle. Our boy admits that his soul power is currently too low, which is why he didn't immediately diagnose the princess's 5 inexhaustion pulses. Hearing this, everyone's heart sinks. Master Zhang presses him for a success rate. 20%, 30%? They're preparing for the worst, fearing this might be their final farewell to the princess. But then, our boy throws them a massive curveball. He declares he's going to perform long-range flying needle acupuncture from 15 meters away through a bed curtain. Master Zhang absolutely loses it, thinking he's gone mad. This isn't medicine. It's some kind of magic trick. When Master Zhang demands to know the success rate for this crazy plan, our boy calmly replies, 90%. 90%. Everyone is stunned. This is an illness that stumped even the greatest alchemists. Teacher Luo challenges him, but our boy shuts her down. I'm very serious about this. Since you all know she's about to die, stop making trouble. The confidence is off the charts. Master Zhang accuses him of fooling around, but our boy insists the curtain is to avoid any impropriety. He's internally monologuing that if he actually saw the princess's body, he'd have no choice but to marry her if the emperor ordered it. Dude, focus. A life is on the line. Seeing them hesitate, our boy gets angry. Are you trying to harm me? I won't fall for your dirty tricks. He's treating this life or death situation like child's play, and it's driving everyone crazy. But what they don't realize is that the princess's condition is critical. If they delay any longer, not even a rank 9 alchemist could save her. With time running out, our boy takes command. He orders Meng Wu to remove all of the princess's clothes and tells Teacher Luo to raise the curtain. Teacher Luo protests, but our boy is already focusing his energy, preparing to make his move. There's no time left for debate. To prove his skill and calibrate his power, our boy decides to do a little test on Teacher Luo. From 6 meters away, he flicks a golden needle. It flies through the air and pierces her cloud gate acupoint, exactly 7 millimeters deep. She is absolutely stunned. The precision is inhuman. She's freaking out, wondering how he knew she was wearing golden thread undergarments and how he calculated the exact force needed to penetrate them. Our boy cheekily replies, it's a trend with girls now, and casually mentions he only used 30% of his power. Teacher Luo is blushing furiously. Li Yunxiao, you've such a big mouth. After that incredible display, no one has any more objections. The real treatment begins. Our boy stands calmly, and with flicks of his fingers, golden needles shoot through the air like tiny missiles, heading straight for the princess behind the curtain. This is it, the moment of truth. The needles fly, a blur of gold and chi, too fast for the normal eye to follow. The entire procedure is over in just a few minutes. As the last needle finds its mark, silence falls over the ice chamber. Everyone holds their breath, waiting. Outside the chamber, Elder Zhang and the others are still debating whether our boy is just causing trouble, because there's no way he could have finished so quickly. Meanwhile, one of the guys affected by the mad unipowder is still running wild, screaming for medicine. and he crashes right into our boy. The others are still nagging him, asking when he's going to start, unaware of the chaos inside. Our boy, completely unbothered, just cleans his ears, then turns to them with a dead serious expression and says two simple words. It's done. All right, let's dive in. Last time, our boy performed his insane long-range needle treatment on the princess in just a few minutes. As he steps out of the room and announces, it's done, everyone waiting outside is completely stunned. That fast? You gotta be kidding, right? Master Zhang is the first to snap. He's convinced Li Yunxiao is playing them for fools, using the princess's life as a joke. He threatens to slice him into pieces, yelling that not even his powerful grandfather can save him from this. But just as he's about to attack, Teacher Luo steps in and drops a bombshell. The princess is healed. The words hang in the air, and everyone just freezes. What? Healed? It can't be real. The serious condition that had plagued the entire kingdom for over a decade was solved by this teenager in just a few minutes? It's completely unbelievable. Everyone is staring at our boy like he's some kind of mythical creature. Our boy, having zero patience for their disbelief, turns on Master Zhang. It was only 18 needles in total. How long do you think it should take? He scoffs. And you call yourself the chief alchemist? What an idiot. He just verbally demolished the man. Master Zhang is left utterly speechless. Everyone else is horrified. Did he really just call the chief alchemist an idiot? But strangely, Master Zhang isn't angry. He's sad. He realizes it's been years since anyone dared to call him a fool like that, and it reminds him of his own master from long ago. Teacher Luo tells him to apologize, but our boy isn't having it. He can come to me when he has learned how to use flying needles, he says coolly. Then I can consider apologizing. The sheer arrogance, and he can totally back it up. He's flexing his skills, and he knows it. In a surprising twist, Master Zhang agrees with him. The one who discovers the truth should be the teacher. He is right. He humbly accepts that our boy is his superior in this field. Now that's some real character growth. Meanwhile, Teacher Luo decides to stay behind to monitor the princess's condition. Later, Teacher Luo and her students are discussing the day's events. They all agree that Li Yunxiao is a total enigma. His sudden leap in cultivation, his god-tier medical skills, none of it makes sense. Teacher Luo rightly points out that even if he was hiding his strength, it's impossible for him to have hidden it this perfectly. They connect the dots. The Li family is in a precarious situation right now. For our boy to suddenly reveal his power at this exact moment can't be a coincidence. Someone who could hide his talents for so long must have a grand plan. They realize he's been preparing for this, and a major storm is about to hit the Li family. The Li family is currently controlled by the adopted son, Li Yi, while the Duke is supposedly in seclusion. But rumors are flying that he's actually been imprisoned. Teacher Luo theorizes that our boy wouldn't make his move without powerful backing, and his use of legendary techniques like the golden needles is the proof. Something big is about to go down. Her students ask whose side she'll be on if a conflict breaks out. As the commander of the State Guardians, she says her loyalty is to the king. But then she adds with a smirk, Li Yunxiao is my student. The implication is crystal clear. She's got our boy's back no matter what. And speak of the devil, right as they're talking about him, our boy lets out a huge sneeze. He's wondering why, since he's perfectly healthy. Just then, Mengwu comes running up to him, looking extremely flustered and calling out his name. It turns out she's here to beg him for help. She wants him to take a look at her brother. But our boy's reaction is not what you'd expect. He just smirks and says, "Oh, so that's why I sneezed. Turns out I'm going to be lucky in love." This guy's a shameless flirt, and he knows it. And that's where we'll end it for today. Will our boy help Mengwu with her brother? Is his luck in love about to blossom? Or is this just the start of a whole new set of problems? Like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. All right, picking up right where we left off, our boy is still teasing the life out of Mengwu. But he's not all talk. He casually offers her 1,000 gold coins for her brother's medicine. She's like, no way, that's too much. But he hits her with the smoothest, most ridiculous excuse ever. If you hadn't shown up, I'd have to treat a naked princess. You saved me from an awkward situation, so you were the most important part of the treatment. Look at her face. She's totally flustered. What a line. So, Mengwu leads him to her place, and man, the mood takes a nosedive. It's just a humble little hut at the foot of the mountain. Our boy is stunned, not just by their living conditions, but by her talent. Opening 7 chakras at her age is insane. She then explains their tragic backstory. Her dad was a military hero who died 3 years ago, and with their income gone, they were forced to move here from the capital. The flashbacks of their once happy life hits you right in the feels. Stepping inside, things get even more grim. Meng Wu introduces her brother, Meng Bai, and the sight is horrifying. The guy on the bed has sickly green skin, atrophied muscles, and is covered in poison marks. He looks more dead than alive. Our boy, who's seen it all in his past life, is completely floored. The sheer shock on his face says everything. This is way worse than he could have imagined. As our boy stares in disbelief, Meng Wu confesses everything. She took any job she could, even agreeing to frame him just to afford the medicine, barely keeping her brother alive. But our MC isn't concerned with the past. He's focused on the patient. As he gets a closer look, he sees something new. Purple cracks spreading through the green veins. And that's when it hits him. His eyes go wide. He knows exactly what this is. Seeing the grave look on his face, Meng Wu completely breaks down, confessing how terrified she's been every single day. And in this moment, our boy switches from genius doctor to absolute Chad. He pulls her in, gently pats her head, and with the most reassuring voice says, "It's all right. I'm here now." Damn, the protective vibes are off the charts. And then he drops the bombshell. With a dead serious look, he reveals the name of the condition. Heaven, Earth, Venomous Body. Just the name alone is enough to send shivers down your spine. Meng Wu is terrified, asking if he can even be cured. But look at our boy's face. He seems to have a plan. But his first response is a shocker. It can't be cured. Meng Wu loses it, begging him to save her brother and promising she'll do anything for him. Our boy, ever the flirt, immediately tells her not to tempt him like that, or he'll get the wrong idea. This guy, even in a crisis, but he's just messing with her. He quickly clarifies that the Heaven-Earth Venomous Body isn't a disease that needs curing. It's a rare and powerful special constitution, just like the legendary bodies of other historical powerhouses. The poison isn't killing him. It's a fundamental part of his being. The problem isn't the poison, it's his lack of control. You can see the confusion on Meng Wu's face. This is a lot to take in. Basically, her brother's body is too weak to handle the immense power of his own constitution. The solution? First, suppress the rampaging toxicity, and then help him cultivate to become strong enough to control it. He starts by applying some acupuncture, but immediately realizes, damn, this poison is even more potent than the ancient records described. Just stimulating his acupoints isn't cutting it. Meng Wu is starting to panic, but our boy stays cool as a cucumber. He sits down, forms a hand seal, and declares the most badass line. "It's all right. I'll just suck the poison from his body into me." He's about to use a soul skill to absorb the deadly venom himself. What a madman. Naturally, Meng Wu is freaking out, thinking he's sacrificing himself. But our boy just smirks. He explains that since her brother has only opened 5 chakras, the poison is manageable. In fact, for someone like him, this deadly venom is basically a super powerful energy drink. What I suck over will be digested as a tonic. The sheer arrogance, I love it. And he gets right to it, pulling the venomous energy out of Meng Bai. The sheer force of it is intense, but our boy handles it like a pro. We even get a flash of his past self, Gu Feiyang, effortlessly wielding immense power. This just confirms it. For him, this is just another Tuesday. Meanwhile, Meng Wu can only watch in stunned silence, tears streaming down her face. She's completely overwhelmed. A powerful inner monologue reveals her pain. Since her father's death, every man who's helped her only coveted her beauty and had ulterior motives. But our boy, he's different. The fangirling is real. But this isn't a walk in the park. You can see the strain on our boy's face. He's pouring everything he has into this. Meng Bai is going through an agonizing but necessary transformation. And Meng Wu, seeing her brother being saved, is just overcome with emotion. The gratitude is real, folks. And then success. He extracts a core of pure green energy from the poison. He looks absolutely ecstatic, tears of joy in his eyes. "This is indeed innate energy," he exclaims. He didn't just save the kid. He scored a massive power-up for himself. The gamble paid off big time. And that's a great place to wrap up this chapter. Our boy not only saved the day, but also got a huge power-up. What's next for him and the Meng siblings? Stay tuned. All right, new chapter. Let's go. So, after that insane healing session, Meng Bai finally wakes up, completely bewildered. The first thing he sees is his sister, Meng Wu, tackling him with a tearful hug. The relief on her face is just beautiful to see. Meng Wu quickly introduces our boy, who's just chilling and meditating nearby. She's like, "That's young Master Yin. He saved your life. Thank him." So Meng Bai, without hesitation, gets on his knees and gives a deep bow of gratitude. And our boy's response? A simple, cool, in. Without even opening his eyes. Total boss move. But then, our boy opens his eyes, and his first words are a complaint. "Why do you have so little poison in your body?" It isn't enough for me. LOL. He tells the kid he needs to produce more poison in the future. Meng Bai is just confused, but then the MC drops the real bomb. Kowtow to me 3 times, and I will accept you as my disciple. The kid is completely flabbergasted. Meng Bai just bursts out laughing, thinking it's a joke. You want to be my master? You're barely older than my sister. He proudly declares that if he's going to have a master, it'll be a powerful martial master. Little does he know, our boy is internally monologuing about how in his past life, martial masters weren't even worthy of licking his boots. Oh, the irony is delicious. But his sister Meng Wu is not laughing. She knows what a golden opportunity this is. She literally shoves her brother's head to the floor, yelling at him to acknowledge him as master. He complains, she gets emotional and starts crying. And like any brother who's terrified of his sister's tears, he immediately folds. Okay, don't cry. I was wrong. I'll do it. So the kid reluctantly becomes his disciple. Our boy offers to teach him a supreme body tempering technique, something that will make his future limitless. And what does this new disciple ask for? Can you teach me something powerful, like the tiger knuckle fist? Our MC is literally thinking the peerless technique of the #1 sovereign, and this kid thinks it's worse than tiger knuckle fist? The secondhand embarrassment is real. Thankfully, Meng Wu is there to yell some sense into him. Our boy is so done. He's like, I don't know any tiger knuckle fist. You're learning this tyrant body technique, whether you want to or not. But when he explains that mastering it will allow Meng Bai to suppress the toxicity in his body, the kid finally gets on board. And so, the training begins with the first 3 styles. After teaching him the moves, our boy tells him to practice hard, and once he breaks through to the origin realm, he'll teach him proper martial arts. But the kid just has to ask again, will it be better than tiger knuckle fist? That's it, our boy snaps. If you mention that crap one more time, I'll kick your ass. Trust me, I know what to teach you. Being a master is hard work, man. With the disciple business settled for now, our boy's attention is drawn to a pile of raw ores in the corner. Meng Bai explains they're just low-quality leftovers that couldn't be sold. But this is our MC we're talking about, a former emperor. He picks one up and immediately senses a unique energy radiating from it. And of course, he was right. With a little pressure, the outer rock crumbles away to reveal a brilliant purple gemstone pulsing with power. Meng Bai is speechless. Our boy figures out it must have come from the 5 Peaks or vein outside the city. Looks like there's more treasure to be found. This isn't just any gem. Our boy identifies it as a Xiang stone, a 5th-tier material used to build gravity arrays. This stuff is incredibly rare, and only top-tier powers have the resources to build gravity training chambers with it. Even with its impurities, he calculates he can extract a gravity field almost 3 meters in diameter. What a find! The new disciple is still starry-eyed over the gem, but our boy just snatches it up, calling it recycling waste and saying he'll temporarily hold on to it. He then tells his new disciple to practice hard, so he can come back and suck out his poison later, leaving the siblings utterly confused. Walking off into the sunset, our MC is already planning to refine a new spiritual weapon for himself with this stone. This master is a straight-up hustler. To refine a weapon, he needs to head to the Alchemist Association. But little does he know, trouble is already brewing there. Some one-eyed dude with a massive grudge is seen vowing to find this Li Yunxiao. Our boy's making enemies without even trying. And that's where we'll leave it. Our boy is heading straight into the lion's den. What kind of trouble is waiting for him at the Alchemist Association? And who is this one-eyed guy? We'll find out next time. Welcome back, everyone. Our boy Li Yunxiao strolls into the Alchemist Association, and you gotta admit, the place looks pretty damn grand. He gets straight to the point, telling the receptionist he's here to borrow their enhancement array. The moment she hears his name, her attitude completely changes. Turns out, Master Zhang and President Su have been looking for him. Our boy figures he'll need their help anyway, so he agrees to meet them. The moment he walks in, the 2 big shots of the association, Master Zhang and President Su, look absolutely thrilled to see him. Anyone else would be ecstatic to be summoned by them. But our boy, he just gives a casual greeting and tries to leave, leaving the old masters completely bewildered. They quickly stop him, revealing the real reason they called him, an invitation to a royal feast hosted by His Majesty himself. The party is to celebrate Luo Yunshang's promotion to Alchemist and the princess's recovery. And the best part? Our boy gets a +5 invitation. Now that's what I call VIP treatment. But the invitation isn't their only motive. They cautiously ask the big question, are you Lord Yangdi's disciple? Our boy's calm no sends them into a state of shock. If he's not, then where did he learn the floating life seal and the golden needle technique? But he's not in the mood for an interrogation and just gets up to leave. President Su is fuming at his disrespect. But Master Zhang is smarter. He quickly reveals they've prepared a small gift to thank him for saving the princess. The moment he hears the word gift, our boy stops in his tracks. Huh, this guy knows what he wants. The first gift is a second-tier alchemist badge. Master Zhang apologizes, saying that while our boy's skills are clearly far beyond that level, this is only a 5th grade branch, and a second-tier badge is the highest he's authorized to issue. Our boy happily accepts it. Hey, the benefits and the monthly salary are nothing to sneeze at. Then comes the second gift, a mystic weapon. Master Zhang presents it as his proudest work, reluctantly giving it up in hopes of learning the golden needle technique. Our boy doesn't even need to look closely. He can tell just by the aura that it's a remarkable piece. But just as they expect praise, our boy starts roasting the weapon. He points out flaw after flaw. The creator's strength was insufficient to properly shape the 4th-tier material. The use of fire attribute demonic essence damaged the water attribute metal. The list goes on. He basically calls it a piece of scrap metal. And to prove his point, the sword cracks and shatters right in their hands. Talk about a brutal fact check. You'd expect them to be furious, but instead, they're moved to tears. They've been stuck at their level for years with no one to guide them. But now, this young man has appeared out of nowhere and instantly illuminated the path forward. It's like a new door has opened on their journey of alchemy. The two masters are ready to kneel and beg him to be their teacher. But our boy has a better idea. It just so happens I'm about to refine my own mystic weapon, he says coolly. I'll borrow your refining room. As for how much you can learn, that depends on yourselves. The power dynamic has completely flipped. He's not just a visitor anymore. He's the master giving a lecture. And we'll stop there for today. Our boy is about to put on a masterclass in refining for 2 of the country's top alchemists. What kind of insane weapon is he going to forge? Like and subscribe because you don't want to miss it. Welcome back. It's time for the refining session to begin, and Master Zhang is practically crying with gratitude that our boy invited him to watch. He's even gathered all his disciples, telling them to watch closely and learn from a true master. Inside the refining room, our boy is immediately impressed by the auxiliary array, noting how much it will simplify the process. He asks if the materials are ready, and his temporary assistant presents them, though he's confused why they look like alchemy ingredients. Our boy explains he's also making some pills for his new disciple. Wait, refining a weapon and making pills at the same time? Everyone is baffled. One of the disciples, Jiarong, even questions him about the alchemy materials. Our boy just brushes him off, telling him to handle the simple pills while he focuses on the main event. The kid gets so scared he immediately kneels and presents all the materials. Terrified our boy will bring up his past mistakes. But our boy isn't done blowing their minds. He declares he's not just doing both at once, but he's going to use the same array for both tasks. The old masters are shocked. They think he's just a young, impulsive show-off who's about to learn a hard lesson. Oh, if only they knew. And with that, he begins. He slams his palm onto the array, and instantly, a massive pillar of fire erupts, sending out a shockwave that knocks Jia Rong off his feet. This isn't just refining. This is a full-blown spectacle of power. Seeing this chaotic display, the two masters start having a mental breakdown. They're convinced they've been duped by a rich kid who's all talk. Master Zhang is especially mortified, regretting giving him the second-tier badge and feeling like he's lost all face. But while they're wallowing in regret, our boy is just getting started. He moves with incredible precision, his hands forming seals as he steps on the array nodes, controlling the flow of energy with absolute mastery. This isn't chaos. This is a symphony of power. What shocks them even more is that only a part of the massive array activates. The old masters are completely baffled. An array either activates or it doesn't. How can it be partially activated? They wonder if it's because our boy is too weak. Wrong again. Our boy overhears them and scoffs. He explains that this particular array is composed of 48 smaller, basic arrays. Since he's only refining first-tier items, he only needed to activate 12 of them, which in turn created 108 different auxiliary effects. He's not weak. He's being efficient. The level of his knowledge is just beyond their comprehension. After that explanation, their minds are completely blown. They realize their understanding of alchemy was laughably shallow. Our boy hasn't just shown them a new technique. He's opened a door to an entirely new realm of possibilities. This isn't just a demonstration. This is a revelation. One of them just can't take it anymore and shouts out, Young Master Yun, a god. You are a god. The fanboying is officially out of control. The fact that he can multitask, refining 2 items while lecturing them, is terrifying. When one of them dares to question it, our boy hits him with a death stare so intense the guy almost wets himself, immediately begging for forgiveness. No, young Master Yun, I was wrong. Please continue. And that's it for today. Our boy has officially ascended to god-tier status in the eyes of these masters. What incredible items will he produce from this legendary refining session? Find out next time. Welcome back. We return to see our three masters completely mesmerized. Li Yunxiao's flawless control and fluid movements have captured their full attention. They're totally absorbed in his artistic performance. With the pills now in their final formation stage, our boy announces it's time for the main event. Refining the mystic weapon, he tosses the materials into the array, and instantly, a dark sphere of energy explodes. This is the first step, extracting the origin state of the materials. The masters are losing their minds. Extracting the origin state of ordinary iron? That's a legendary technique. Our boy casually explains that with this skill, you can craft a mystic weapon from even the most common materials. And with that, he tosses in the Ziyang stone. The moment the stone enters the array, a colossal wave of energy erupts, shaking the entire room. The three masters are blasted by the sheer soul power and have to struggle to defend themselves. This isn't just refining. It's like witnessing a divine tribulation. But at the center of this raging storm of energy, our boy is as calm as ever. With a purple glow in his eyes, he expertly channels the immense power, perfectly fusing all the materials together. Look at him go, what an absolute beast. Finally, with a thunderous boom, a longsword crackling with purple lightning descends from above and embeds itself in the center of the array. This weapon is clearly on another level. The masters are just staring, their jaws on the floor, completely awestruck. The refining is over, and it's taken a huge toll on our boy. He's nearly depleted. With a final gesture, the newly created pills fly into his hand. A perfect success on all fronts. He takes one sniff of his own second-grade soul-nourishing pills and calls them trash fit for animals. The masters rush to offer him their most treasured high-purity pills, but he dismisses them all as rubbish, claiming a few minutes of meditation would recover his energy faster. The flex is unreal. But wait, what's this? One of the pills is an aphrodisiac. President Su immediately rats out Master Zhang as the owner. Busted. Our boy ignores the drama, takes the one fruit that can restore primordial chi, and immediately starts meditating, calling the rest useless. As our boy meditates, the three masters just sit there, still reeling for what they witnessed. The impact of his refining session was completely subversive to their understanding of the craft. They feel like they're still in a dream. A few moments later, our boy announces he's already recovered a third of his soul power. The masters are shocked. How could he recover so quickly? He just shrugs. I only have the soul power of first-tier alchemist, so it's normal to recover faster. The audacity of this guy, casually roasting them like that. Master Zhang protests, saying he's also first-tier and it takes him a full week to recover. Our boy just gives him a look of utter contempt and says, "What kind of rubbish are you? Try to compare yourself to me." The sheer dominance is terrifying. Xiao Rong in the background is literally shivering. And that's a wrap for today. Our boy has forged a divine weapon, flexed on some old masters, and is now ready for the royal feast. What new drama awaits him there? Like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.